Yeah. What's up, replay viewers? How's it going? Let me know how your day is going in the comments right now. Tell the universe what you want. Just type it. Just say it. Do you want health? Do you want wealth? Right? Do you want money? Do you want your business to explode? Right? Do you want guidance? Type it in there now. You have to put it out to the universe. And this is a good time to do it. This is a high vibration group. All right? Welcome to the live, guys. This is video number 2 of 30 on the Facebook Live Challenge inside the Explosive Entrepreneurs Public group. So welcome to the video, guys. I'm super excited you're here. I'm super grateful and happy for the people that took this on already, right? You know who you are watching this. I saw your videos. Congratulations. Well done. You are going to see massive growth over the next 30 days simply by taking on this challenge, right? And for anybody watching this now, if you're sitting at home and you're like, damn, maybe I should start that challenge. Shit, maybe I should do it. I don't know. Just do it, man. Just do it. Just go click live and just start talking. You know what I'm saying? Just click live and start talking. We're all human. Nobody's going to bite. Just click live and start talking. And I've even set up the framework for you so you know which topics to talk about. Okay. Yesterday was video number 1. It was talking about your vision, your pain, what gets you moving, right? That's the first video. That's very important to start that way. Just do it. Exactly. Just do it. Just do it. All right. Here we go. Video number 2, guys. I'm pumped for this one because I want to tell you guys a little bit about what works for me and what doesn't work for me. Okay? Because when you start going through this journey, various things, you're going to start realizing, you know, like, oh, this shit actually really worked. And over here, this shit does not work, right? Now, we can apply this to anything in the world, right? Literally anything in the world. But what I'm going to talk about today is something that's very close to my heart because it has completely changed my life. And for you watching this, I am almost certain you will agree with me. Reading books. Okay, these are just a bunch of random books I just have beside me that I read all the time. I have a ton of them. And reading books has totally 100% unequivocally changed my life. Okay, if you think about what a book is, right? If you think about what a book is, wait, let me just change this over. A book is essentially a bunch of information that somebody's put together over an extended period of time after doing a ton of research, right? And going through and interviewing people and getting a bunch of information. Like, for example, this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm sure, let me know in the comments if you've read this book or if you know about it and you're going to read it, or now you're going to read it because of this live. This book is a culmination of like hundreds of entrepreneurs and businessmen and people that were very switched on back in like the 1800s and shit. He made a book and he condensed it all into one thing, right? So if you're looking at the guys like Rockefeller and you're looking at people that are, you know, built basically the Industrial Revolution, all of their knowledge is in this book. He put it all in this book for us, right? So I can open this book up and I can just read it. And at the end of the book, and it's a thick ass, and this is a serious read, this one. Like it's got small letters and it's thick. This is not a weekend read. This is like a lifelong Bible type thing, right? This is like it's thick. And when you read this book, as you go through it, you're like, oh my God, the amount of wisdom in here is absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Ridiculous. And there you go. The universe just gave me something. I actually haven't opened this book for a while because I've read it twice, maybe 2 times total. And I'm actually going to circle this right here, right now, because I just opened that to a random page and I'm actually working on something in my personal development journey right now. I'm working on my personal mission statement for like what I wanted, how I want to present myself. Who do I want to serve? What's my message? Like, who am I? I'm working on my personal mission statement. And look what just happened. The universe just gave me this. I didn't pick up this book by on purpose. Okay, I did not pick up this book on purpose. This book is one of about 30 books sitting beside me. I just picked it up randomly. I opened it up just now to talk to you guys, and look which page showed up. Can you see? Writing and using a personal mission statement. What? I just opened the book and it told me the thing that I've been thinking about this morning. this morning I was thinking, I should need to write a mission statement for myself. I do it for my businesses. I do it for our hotels. I do it for all the different things I consult for, but I've never done one for me. Right. And I just opened the book and it's here. Now, this live isn't talking about attracting things into your world, but I clearly just attracted that into my world. That is absolutely crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pen in that page. And when I get off this live, I'm going to read that page or that chapter, and I'm going to work on my mission statement. So there you go. That's amazing. I love it. That's how it works. Okay. Whew. So books are awesome. Let me know in the comments if you read books, if you have Audible, or if you watch YouTube videos about book summaries, these kinds of things. I'm sure most of you do, because most people in the Explosive Entrepreneurs public group are in a personal development journey of sorts. Maybe you're just starting. Maybe you're just realizing that there's yourself. Maybe you've been on the path for 10 years, right? Maybe you're deep in there. Maybe you've walked on fire. Maybe you've been to Tony Robbins events, right? If you have walked on fire, send me a direct message. I want to talk to you. Okay. I want to absorb your energy. I want to talk to you. So books can give you things that you can't get anywhere else. Where else could I get all of this information? Okay. Where else could I get it? I don't know. There's no real answer. Books. Like, if you look at all the various things that have come through, it all started with books. Like, that's where the stuff comes through. A lot of great stuff. I'm going through Manifest Fan of Abundant. What is it? Massive fan of Audible. Yeah, love Audible. Sorry, I can't see your names. When you're commenting here in this software, it actually just says comment from Facebook, and then it says the comment. So I'm sorry, I apologize. I can't see who's actually talking. If you type your name, I'll know who you are. So if you want to type your name, go ahead. I can see there's people watching, but I can see all your comments. Just do it. Morning. Love the vibes. Cool. Love the vibes too. Morning. Yeah, awesome. So what I'm going to talk about now is what has worked and what has not worked. I saw Shen Stevenson live on stage. It changed my life. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm sure that guy has a book, right? I'm sure. I don't know. I actually don't know who that person is. If you have resources on that guy, Sean Stevenson, drop it in the comments there for us so we can all check him out, because that's amazing. I love it. Thanks, Chris. Cool. See, he typed his name and now I can see. Dorinda. Cool. What's up, Dorinda? How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Actually, when I use this software, this is called BeLive. You can see it there in the corner. I paid for the upgraded version so that I can use it more often and I have more features. But I saw an alert yesterday where it said if I give a link to you guys, then you click the link and then it'll allow you to use the name. But I didn't put the link in the description because I forgot. So maybe on tomorrow's video I'll remember. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Let's get right into it. What has worked? So reading habits, what has worked? For me, I've been reading books now. Okay, I'll be honest. When I was in high school, I did not read a single book. Okay, when I was a kid, my mom and dad, of course, I would read Jack and the Beanstalk and all these fairy tales. So I was reading as a kid, yes. As soon as I went to high school, absolutely zero, nothing. We were using something called Cliff Notes. If you know what Cliff Notes is, let me know in the comments. Let me know because it's funny. Cliff Notes is essentially, back in the day, it was like the Google for books. Like you get the Cliff Note and it tells you everything about the book, which looking back on it, you could have just read the book in that time, but instead you're trying to look for a shortcut because it's a human condition. We're lazy that way. So in high school, I didn't read at all, nothing. I used Cliff Notes, right, to get by. And then I went to college later on in life and I didn't read anything again, nothing. I would ask my friends for the information. We would, it was ridiculous, nothing. And when I got out of college, I got into the work field and stuff, zero reading, like zero. I was working in insurance. I was working in banking. I went and I got myself a master's degree in Europe, zero reading. I got a master's degree with zero reading. Okay, think about that. I moved to Asia, started working in hotels and stuff, zero reading. But all of a sudden, when I started going into like spirituality a little bit more, like when we started traveling to places like Bali and we started doing yoga and we started sort of tapping into the inner source that's in you. See, I get goosebumps when I talk about it, right? When I started tapping into this world here, I realized like, oh man, I want to learn more about it. So what did I do? I went and got books. And the first few books, oh, I can't get it because Sativa ate my book. Damn it. Our dog ate the book that broke me through, like got me into books. and it was Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. That was basically the first book that I really like read it, you know, and I was like, oh my God, there's so much information in here. And I'm just like, oh, reading is awesome. Like that really got me pumped. And then I just started buying books. Like I probably have like, I don't know, 50 books around in this house or something. And I just started reading and taking in content. But during that time, I started realizing like some types of reading habits really worked for me. And some I just didn't get the same impact from the session of reading, right? So I'm going to tell you what has worked for me and what has not worked for me. And if this sounds familiar, or if you have some habits that have or have not worked for you, please tell us in your live video. Okay, that's today's topic. What has worked for you and what has not worked for you. And you can talk about anything. It doesn't have to be reading, but I'm talking about reading. Okay. If you want to talk about reading to be congruent, that'd be cool. The dog ate my homework. Yeah, literally ate my homework. Right? It's funny. The way honestly though, when this happened to me, she ate my whole book, right? The whole thing is just shredded. And that book I held close to my heart because I told you that's the first book. It got me opened up. It introduced me to Tony Robbins. Also, that was the first time I ever knew who this person was. And I had it all, so many notes in there and stuff. That was like my little miniature Bible, right? And she ate it all. And in my personal development journey, I've come to the place where, you know, you try to see the positive and you try to see the big picture rather than like, fucking dog ate my book. It's more like, you know, okay, whatever, no big deal, number one. But number two, like, is there something deeper to it? And I went on like this deep, like, thought thing. And I was like, well, you know, maybe Sativa also wants to absorb some information. You know what I mean? Maybe she also wants to learn about spirituality and living in abundance and releasing your inner power and all this stuff, unleashing the beast within, as Tony Robbins calls it. So I was like, okay, well, our pet dog also wants the self-development journey and she can't read it, so she wanted to eat it, right? So I put a positive spin on it. I laugh at it. It's all good. And I bought the book again, right? It's in the room there, but it's not the same book, so it's a little different for me. And I have the Audible, so I listen to it. So back to the point. What has worked for me in my reading journey, okay? So for me personally, I prefer to read in the morning or basically anytime between waking up and like, you know, noon, let's say, morning. And the reason for that is because I've noticed that if I read in the morning, it sets me up for the day in a way where I feel accomplished because I know that I've read my chapter or my 20 pages or whatever of my book. And I'm like, yeah, I did my reading today. Like, yeah, I accomplished that mission, right? Discipline, right? I feel good about myself for that, number one. Excuse me. And number two, the information, I seem to retain it better. I retain it better. So I retain the information that I'm reading better, right? So which means I can use it in my life more effectively, right? So if I read in the morning, I feel accomplished. I feel happy about that. Plus I retain the knowledge that I put in my brain. So that's what works for me. Another thing that works for me is Audible. Okay, now I'm sure all of you guys love Audible. If you guys love Audible, let me know in the comments, right? Audible, amazing, amazing. Not only is it amazing, but you can listen to that at like 1.5 or 2 times the speed. So you can go through a book, like a Tony Robbins book is like this book, for example, on Audible. It's like I don't know, a 12-hour book or something. If you listen to it straight, 12 hours. You can put it on 2x, and it's a little bit difficult for the first like minute. It's just like, oh, you're trying to keep up. But after a minute or two, your brain totally syncs with that speed. And now you're just absorbing information 2 times faster. So that 12-hour book is now a 6-hour book. 6 hours. You can go through one of Tony Robbins' best-selling like self-development books that has the smallest writing you've ever seen, right? Like this book is deep. Like there's so much. It's hard to do with the camera. There's so much in here. It's like, you can go through that thing in 6 hours. You listen to it 3 days in a row, 2 hours a day. Maybe you're driving to work or you're taking your kids to school. For me, when I go on my motorbike and I go wherever I'm going, I listen to my earbuds. I listen to Audible. I do not listen to music anymore. Barely at all. If I listen to music, it's because I want to get pumped and energy, you know, up, and I want to be all like, yeah, music. And I'll listen to music for that. But I've even started listening to Audible at the gym. Like at the gym, I'm pumping weights because I like lifting weights. I'll pump weights and I'll listen to Audible. It's crazy. And I was like, I would never have thought that. If you would have asked me that 10 years ago, I would have told you you're friggin' ridiculous. Right? From a guy who never used to read, just the opposite. Like, I was like the opposite of a reader. Now I'm in the gym listening to like a audio book about quantum physics. It's crazy what happens when you start going down a journey and on a path of self-development. Things just start changing. So what works for me is reading early in the morning, holding myself accountable to it so that I feel good, and also Audible. Okay, anytime, any place, anywhere, Audible. And I also listen to Audible when I go to bed, but I put on a different type of book. I'll put on like meditation, or I'll put on a slower, sort of gentler book. I use Audible over a year, but I never thought of speeding it up. I'll definitely try it. Yeah, exactly. Speed it up, man. So that's what works for me. So what has not worked? Let's talk about what has. I should have done this in different order. I should have done the negative one first and then the second one positive. But it's what doesn't work for me. I used to read. Oh, sorry. One that works. Airplanes. Okay. When I'm on an airplane, I'm reading. I don't know what it is about being high up in the sky, but I absorb information. It does not work. Thing that definitely doesn't work for me is reading before. I've tried. Like I've done. I used to do it every single night before bed. Half an hour, 1 hour. I lay in bed. I have my reading light. I got like in there, lining stuff and reading and stuff. But at the end of the day, mind is so fatigued, right? And you have so much weight on your shoulders about day and trauma and what's happened that it's just me. I don't much. Like I'll read it, and I'll fall asleep, wake up in the morning, and I'll be like, you know anymore. It's not there anymore. Oh, my screen just went black again. Can you guys see me? My screen's black again. This happens every day. I have bad internet. Frequency videos have changed my daily routines. Yeah, meditation frequency. I love it as well. The internet is so poor here. It's so poor. Anyways, I'm just going to continue. If you can't see me, no big deal. Whatever. If you can, amazing. Okay, someone typed yeah. So I guess that's yes, you can see me. Cool. Thank you very much for typing that. I appreciate it. Okay, so what does not work for me is reading before bed. It just does not work. I don't retain any information. I don't remember what I read. I might, it puts me to sleep. Like I'm just like, I'm reading and my eyes and I can barely see the words. And I wake up and I'm like, oh, and then I started reading some more and I'm back. I'm cutting in and out. Yeah, exactly. Shit. Sorry about that, guys. I can't control the internet here. It's very, very slow where I live. Okay, so anyways, just to wrap this up and get out of here before I break the internet or whatever. What does not work for me is reading before bed. Okay, so to recap, what does work is reading in the morning and listening to Audible. What does not work is reading late at night because I do not retain it. Okay, so as you guys know, this is the Explosive Entrepreneurs public group. Please, 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 if you're getting value, if you're enjoying the energy, if you're seeing the leadership in here from various leaders in our team, if you're interested at all in network marketing, affiliate marketing, personal development, being the best version of yourself, any of the above or all of the above, like me, right? All of the above. If you're interested in that kind of stuff and you feel like others can get value from this place, please add them to this group. Bring them into the circle. Expose them to the Explosive Entrepreneurs. Because the internet space and this whole thing that goes on here, it's all about networking. It's all about connecting and joining and using each other's energy to boost each other up. There's no competition here, zero, right? And if you look around inside this community, you'll notice that there's no links, there's no selling, there's no companies, nothing whatsoever. This is generic inside here, 100% generic, okay? And so feel free to add your friends. tag your friends in the videos. I encourage you to please join the 30-day Facebook challenge. You're going to love it. You're going to grow. You're going to expand. You're going to see things in you that you didn't see before. I'm telling you right now, there's something special that happens when you talk to a video camera and you see yourself talking, and then you watch the replay of yourself. It's crazy. Something happens. You learn about yourself, things that you wouldn't have learned if you didn't do this. This is like a self-development exercise. Really, I would call this an exercise. And inside the group here, like, one of the big reasons that we do these challenges is to hold ourselves accountable, right? We're all human. We're all, struggling to stay on the path, and we're all struggling to stay with our daily habits and do our routines. So when we start a 30-day Facebook challenge like this, all the leaders were like, yeah, we're going to do a challenge, because that means we're going to do 30 days in a row, right? Like, I'm pumped for myself to do 30 days in a row, because I'm going to have massive growth for myself, right? Challenge holds me accountable to myself. And also, I get the support of the group. And you people watching right now, sorry again, I can't see your names. It just gives you energy. So I encourage you to get on board, do the Facebook Live challenge with us 30 days in a row. Do it every single day. It doesn't have to be a long video. It doesn't need to be in depth and deep. It can just be 1 or 2 minutes. Introduce yourself, say hello, and just touch on the subject that we're talking about. Today, it's what works for you and what doesn't work for you in something in your life. Okay? So I hope you guys got some value today. I hope you enjoyed that live. I'll see you guys tomorrow for video number 3. Until then, have a great day, guys. I'll see you inside the Facebook group. Bye for now.